Yes, folks, we are live.
Okay.
It's Friday night, which means it's my night. I don't know why some guy I stream with is out there cock blocking me today, but he is. Big up, carefree Louis G. Love you, bro, but don't cock block me, man. I know you're worried about my 300 viewers coming for you, but come on, bro. You don't have to stream right now. Come on, be better than that. But I'm here with my good friends, Mr. Wayne Molds and Mr. Carlito. How are y'all doing tonight?
Uh, I'm very. Woo. Well, obviously, didn't start great. I'm very pleased talking about a player that signed for us that's currently our best player. So, yeah, man, I mean, it's going to be a fun night. We're going to have some more people join up in a bit, but looking forward to it.
Yeah. Wayne, what about you?
I'm happy. I'm in a spicy mood with the spicy news we got from Silva. It's just, yeah, I'm in a really good place, and I can't wait to lay down the law about Cobham and work. Because I've worked some things out, and we're going to talk about it tonight. And yeah, I can't wait. Looking forward
So,
to it.
Wayne, there is going to be something I am, and you already know what this is going to be about. But you and I are going to have a conversation because I was not part of the last stream with Sadiq about a particular thing. Now we're going to wait. I'm going to wait till more people join and more people start viewing. But, oh, yeah, you and I are going to have a convo. It's going to be nice and spicy. So let's get it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm talking, Sean Evans, Hot Ones, maybe 6 or 7 sauce type spicy. We're getting up there. We're getting up there, bro.
Yeah,
You got your ghost pepper ready then?
this was a great conversation. Right
Flirting
here.
with it.
Yeah.
Emma Hames replaced Potter. Well, no, because she already coaches the women's, and she's awesome. And I don't want her to divert her attention away from the task at hand. Can I watch that game? I watched that game against West Ham. Holy shit, Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, you know what you notice most about Sam Kerr? You know what's her best attribute? Her fucking link up play.
Her best attitude, she doesn't miss. She doesn't miss.
Well, like she checks to the ball, like she'll play with her back to the goal. She'll check off the center back, and everything is one touch. Everything is one touch and diagonal. She'll have a ball played in her. Everything is just one touch, quick diagonal to a center mid running on, and it's unbelievable. Her link up play. I was so impressed. Yeah, she's a savvy customer.
What about Lauren James though?
Oh, talent. Woo! Not just talent. You know what? Wayne, she plays just like her brother.
Yeah.
They play the same. I mean, I know it's like different positions. They play the same.
Well,
they move the same.
Wasn't Reese a striker at some point early on?
A lot of these guys at one time probably played striker because their coach probably thought play the best player on top.
Best player up front. Right?
Yeah.
Right. But this was a little bit more in depth than can Emma Hayes replace Potter. It was Emma Hayes has the balls to bench Mount where Potter doesn't. I'm like, where would you get that from? I mean, what leads you to believe that she would come in the first act? I'm gonna bench Mount. Yeah, because that would be the first thing they would do. I mean, do you think Potter's going to play Mount when he has everybody available to him as much as Mount's been playing?
I don't even think it's going to be a question of benching. It's just going to be not picking. He just has other options that he's going to pick instead. I don't think like benching Mount is part of his thought process. It's just going to be like ACM, João Felix. Next question. Like it's not. Right. It's not really a vindictive thing towards Mount. It's just more along the lines of the better player is available to play now.
Yeah, again, that's this is going to be the proof for Potter, because the one thing he can control now, not really. I mean, our destiny is not really in our own hands, because even if we win the rest of our games, other people have to drop points for us to make up that ground. And yes, they will, but it's still out of our hands. The one thing he can control is who gets game time, and what is that game time based on? And if you start seeing, well, it's just based on, well, we don't know, we can't tell, because it seems to be a different quality for everybody out there that's out there, then you're gonna have to be really suspect of him moving forward. But if it turns it around and he goes, well, hold on a minute, you're not playing well. I've got options now that are fit, ready to go. I'm going to take one of those. What's your thoughts on that, Carlito? Because you a coach, or were a coach, so I don't know how that works.
I mean, when I move back east, I'm probably going to start another club with my brother. So I will be a coach again, maybe a director of football. Maybe about 5. I mean, that's going to take a couple years to build. Look, Jared? It's always been a meritocracy thing with me. I don't care about popularity or who's most liked or anything like that. And meritocracy is a fluid situation. You have players that think that once they're a starter, they're always going to be a starter, and that's actually a really dangerous attitude to adopt as a player, because the second that you become complacent is the second you lose that starting spot. So you never allow not just one player, but the whole team to think that their starting spots are set. Like after every game, like this is what, like I had I'll break this down for you. Okay. My U15 team in the 2015 fall season. Okay. We were one of the 10 best teams in the country. Okay. This is a country of 350 million people. Right. This is an extremely good team. About 12 of the players were Hispanic. 2 of them were from sub-Saharan Africa, and then the rest were white. Right. But it was a very Hispanic team. Right. And, the Hispanic culture, at least in Utah, they don't look at soccer as like a chore the way that maybe some of the white people would look at it. Like they look at soccer like a game, which is the way it's supposed to be looked at. But you have, certain other cultures within my team that would look at it like a chore. And so it was really unfortunate because it takes the joy out of it when you go to practice and you look at it like a chore. Whereas, a lot of the Hispanic players on the team would look at me like, fuck yeah, I get to go to practice instead of I have to go to practice. And that was pretty universal. I'm not making a stereotype. It was pretty uniform. Like they have a lot more joy for soccer. And I love that. Obviously, who wouldn't love that? But after every game, and it's highly competitive, we had 19 players on the team. We had 18 that could dress. That's 7 players on the bench. The games were 90 minutes, but I didn't like subbing a lot. So if you started, you played a lot. If you started, you played about 60% of the game. And every game, we would assess afterwards, and then I'd say, all right, starting lineup is done. New starting lineup next game, right? So you never, ever, ever let them think that they're going to start next game. You absolutely have to earn it. It makes the practices better. It makes the tension higher, okay? And it makes the complacency lower. But it just feels like at a certain point, certain players get real comfortable and they think that, I'm a starter and it's all good. I make $200,000 a week. Fuck everybody. And that is a one-way ticket to the bench.
Did you drop Steve the link?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll drop it again.
Yeah. And from my experience in all walks of life, any business, comfort breeds complacency.
Oh,
right?
God, yes.
So even that's how the world was developed. The harder life was for you, the more technological advanced you become because out of necessity. Because if you didn't, you would die. And so again, if you're comfortable, you'd never reach the heights because there's no fire underneath your feet. There's nothing to motivate you to go to that next level. And so for me, it's a must. Nobody should be comfortable, especially when we're playing this bad, with their spot in the squad.
Yeah, no way. I mean, that'd be a bad reflection on you, right? If you're the constant starter and we're playing this bad, doesn't that make you look bad? If you're the one that's always out there?
And it makes the coach who keeps picking you at least culpable in that experience, right?
Hey, Jessica just sent this to me. You'll appreciate this. Sorry to interrupt you, but this is important. Hernan Crespo backs Enzo Hernandez to be one of the best midfielders in history.
Crespo. Ooh.
Yeah, Crespo knows his shit, dude. Crespo was a great player.
Couple years at Chelsea, wasn't he? So he's good.
Yeah, great hair, great performer, really good player,
and great goal against Arsenal.
Yeah.
Well, that's always important now, isn't it? Have you asked her what modern Brazilian player on the first team that Andre reminds her of,
I will ask her now.
or if she has to go deeper ever. So yeah, my thing is I think Andre Santos is going to be special.
Yeah, me too.
And we don't have a six other than Denny Zachariah who can sit or would be considered the more defensive of the pairing with Enzo Fernandez. There's only two of them.
Well, I think that we're going to play with two midfielders. And again, like the way that I would play Jared, 4-2-3-1, which is what Potter wants to do. One would sit, one would go, one would sit, one would go, but you would defend together. So you always have to look at your formation from the defensive side of the ball. How does it look when you don't have it? And so if you have a 4-2-3-1, it's very defensively sound because you have two players in front of the center backs, right? So you're really filling that hole. You're forcing everybody to go wider. But there's a lot of cover, but within that, there's a lot of flexibility once you have the ball, and there's a lot more mobility that you can have. But plus, the midfield will have a bunch of options. Whatever midfielder has the ball, you're going to have a bunch of options around you by virtue of the structure of the formation.
Right. It's the most, I guess, structurally sound.
It is. Anatomically, yeah, it's the most structurally sound formation, 4-2-3-1. Absolutely.
You talk about Santos, though. He reminds me so much of two players, Casemiro.
Yeah.
When he was younger, and Bellingham as well, with these breaker speed and how he breaks forward. And I think that's a very good mixture for Chelsea right now.
Yeah, and of course he probably, I don't know, and this is purely a guess, that Casemiro would be one of the players he looked up to. Brazilian, plays the same position. So he would try to model some aspects of Casemiro's game into his own. And yes, he probably is more athletically gifted than Casemiro as in pace, because I've seen the guy go front to back in no time flat. And he's not a little dude. I think he's 5'11", 6 foot tall.
Andre Santos, yeah, but it's more than that, Jared. He's also strong. Like he's built.
He doesn't look it though. He doesn't look like he's got loads of muscles on him, like he's proper.
Oh, he's strong.
He's strong. But he has.
He's 5'11". Like you could tell, like a smaller player looks more muscly because when you're taller, you get stretched out. But 5'11", and no, he's got some muscle. He's good. He's 19. Like he's gonna get bigger, but he's going to be so good. Oh my God, what a buy, huh? What a buy.
Yeah, he's what we call here in Texas.
How pissed?
He's country strong. He's country strong.
Jared and Wayne, how pissed do you think other teams are that we got this dude for $12 million?
Well, they're about to be real pissed once he shows Spain. Go ahead, Wayne. Uh-oh, I think we lost Wayne. Oh no, Wayne is still there. Uh-oh.
So Jessica just answered me because I've been talking to her. She has two answers. Wayne, you got to fix your connection, bro. Jared, drop him and let him reconnect, man. It's not working.
So what'd she say?
Okay, here we go. People compare him to Casemiro, but she disagrees. She says his profile is a lot similar to Michael Essien. She said obviously not Brazilian, but Michael Essien.
Wow, I'll take it.
Dude, the Bison? Yeah, he's one of the most beloved center mids Chelsea's ever had. I'm with you on that one, bro. We get a little Michael Essien, but Michael Essien never scored. So, not he
bossed the midfield.
What?
Yeah,
he bossed the midfield.
He was amazing.
Yeah. I was there on 2008-9, Blackburn home. And we was begging him to shoot all game outside, and all of a sudden he gets the ball and just curls it in the bottom corner. Yeah, a long way out. He's one of those midfielders I've always rated, and I thought he's very underrated at Chelsea when it comes to midfielders because we've had so many good ones. But I think he's right up there.
So he had 3 or 4 goals a season for Chelsea, but the only thing, Wayne, that I would push back, and I think her comp, she's talking more defensively, but I think that Santos just is going to naturally have more goals in him. But in terms of physicality, in terms of positional sense, Wayne, that's a great comp.
Oh yeah.
They're going to literally. I was about to say before I got cut off, and I do apologise for that, just as.
All good.
No
But
worries.
literally for me, the teams are going to look at him and they're going to say Chelsea got him from a snip, because guarantee in a couple of years' time he's going to be up in 100 million range, and I'll guarantee that right now.
Yeah, he's going to be a special player. I don't like putting dollar signs on people,
Yeah,
but
also because
you never know
that would
what
give the
he could be the first.
connotation. Go ahead.
Yeah, he could be the first 200 million
Oh, I mean, it would give the
pounds.
connotation that we're interested in selling any of these guys, and I
Yeah.
mean, we'll probably sell some of them, but I don't like guys like Mudryk, Enzo, Santos. I don't see that at all. Maduke, no way, bro. I think these guys are going to be around for a while. It's just awesome. I mean, what we're going to look like next season is amazing, but we have a lot to play for this season, so I'm not looking ahead because there's still money to be made, man.
Yeah, and I think again, Champions League's wide open this year.
Oh yeah.
I don't. There again, the only team that I've seen that's actually kind of look a bit scary, and that's Napoli. But
Yeah.
I don't think defensively I worry too much about them. I think they could be had, and they have been had in a couple games this year. But yeah, other than that, Bayern has all sorts of holes. PSG, we know, have holes.
Holy shit.
Just
My dad was just hired by RSL to be the stats guy for their home games. My dad's retired. He used to do their media for CBS. Right. But yeah. Wow, he just got hired by the club to be the stats guy. Look at that. Little Dougie. Dougie. All right, my man. That's great. Sorry. I had to share that news.
Cool.
Great news. It's always good news to hear family members doing well.
Oh, yeah. Dougie's the balls.
So where were we? I'm sorry, you made me lose my train of thought.
I apologize. It was interesting news.
It is, but I'm absent-minded a little bit. So anyway, let's get back into it. I wanted to move on to one of the biggest and hairiest and nastiest parts of Chelsea fan base, and that would be column stands.
Oh.
And they tend to be very young, and I don't know, maybe they're living life vicariously through these young players because they know they'll never be that. I would say get over it already and move on. But the weird fetish-like obsession that some of our fans have with these kids coming through Cobham and thinking every one of them is better than what we have in the team now. It's just, to me, it's almost I think there's almost a group paranoia or group pathology to this, because you cannot sit there and think everybody who comes through Cobham Academy is going to make it in Chelsea's first team. It was there to make money. It was always there to make money, so they could go buy established players.
Yes,
so
that's the point.
So what's your take on the Cobham stands and this must, we got to shoehorn an academy player here somewhere into the team?
Well, number one, I think young people like young people. So, if you got like a 17, 18-year-old fan, they have a natural predilection to associate themselves with players that are their age. Whether it was Billy Gilmore a couple of years ago or, guys like Ian Matson, who might be coming back, whom I actually really like, or guys like Levi Colwell. I think young people like young people. And, when you have somebody that's already established and someone that's already well liked by other fans, I think one way for these young fans to maybe disassociate themselves with the normal likable player and maybe make a name for themselves as a contrarian or a rebel or a hipster type fan, to say, no, this one guy is going to come up. He's going to be the next Michael Ballack. You just wait, man. I mean, you just wait, bro. You just wait. Ruben left his cheek, bro. You just wait. And it just, to me, it just screams of a couple things. Number one, disingenuousness, because I don't think they actually believe what they're saying. And number two, it's just naivete, Jared. You know it. The older you
Yeah.
get, the more you look at these young fans and you think, a lot of nearsightedness there, a lot of not seeing the forest through the trees there, which is unfortunate. But the reality is that football is a business, and Chelsea is no exception to that. Chelsea is not above the business nature of what sport and football in Europe is, and that is we're here to win because winning means trophies, and trophies means more money, and more money means more popularity, and more popularity ipso facto means more money. This is a business. So when you've got a successful academy, the whole idea is once they're 18 and have graduated, you either loan them out or you sell them. And every once in a while, there's a Phil Foden, right? Every once in a while, there's a Reece James, right? But it is not the norm. It is not standard operating procedure to have a player graduate from the academy and then go to Chelsea's first team. No, that's not the normal corporate ladder. When you graduate Cobham, you should be expected to be sold or loaned and be useful in a way that makes Chelsea money. But to actually be promoted to the first team, that should not be the expectation. That should be the outlier case where you're actually good enough, like Phil Foden was, to actually get a chance at the first team. Cobham and their fans, they have it completely backwards. They think that once you're done with the academy, you should go straight into the first team, and that is the natural progression of Chelsea's corporate ladder. And I'm sorry to say, it is not that way. And it will be considerably less that way now than it ever was before, because Todd Bowley is in the interest of buying the best players from other people's academies.
Well, until they get the whole system set up and they're able to cultivate a little bit more talent in different hotbed areas like Bordeaux, buying a club like Bordeaux in France, that hotbed of talent, and being able to, you might be able to pull more like that if that's been,
of course,
it would be Cobham on steroids.
And it would also be a way to generate revenue. Obviously, you don't buy a club without buying revenue. But look here's a perfect example. Your boy, Cesare Casadei, right? Mm-hmm. He was probably going to be given a shot at Inter, right? I mean, that's the type of talent where he would go into Inter's first team in probably 18 months. And then, so we're like, you know what? Instead of allowing Inter that, we're going to buy him. We're going to get him into a first team. That's why we gave him a first team loan. People think that we were punishing Casadei for loaning him out. No, that's a graduation from PL2. That's you getting a loan to the first team, the way that Reece James did, the way that Mason Mount did, the way that Mark Gahey did, the way that Fikayo Tomori did. Those are just recent examples. This is a promotion for Casadei to all of a sudden be getting a first team loan. And then he comes back and he's even better because he's played against bigger, badder boys. So this is what we're doing. We're buying Andre Santos. All right, we might still buy Arsene Zakarian. We just bought Carney Chukwuemeka. These are the gems that are eventually going to go to the first team of their respective clubs. And we said, fuck that. We're going to buy them for us. That is what Chelsea fans that are obsessed with Cobham don't get. The promotion is the outlier. It is not the rule. It is the exception to the rule.
So can I just say, obviously, you've both said your points, and this is me, and you guys know me very well. You know that I'm passionate about Chelsea, but I've got over the years, but now especially the last few years, I've learned so much about the fan base and how poison it is at the moment with this Cobham malarkey. I've looked at the players that recent years that everyone said we should keep and put in the first team because they're first team ready, and they're failing at their clubs like Lamptey. He don't play every game. I get told he is, but he isn't. He's not even playing. He's getting dropped. And then you've got Livramento, who's injured still at the moment. You've got Mark Gay. He's not crawling up any walls. If he was doing so well, he would have been in the World Cup squad. He's not doing as well as everyone thinks he is. You got Tomori. Look how Tomori played against us. He flopped. You got Tammy Abraham. What is he doing this year? I've not heard nothing about him. you've got cuts in the door. I know that's a sort of subject.
You can't even say it with a straight face, can you?
Oh,
No,
the
and look,
coronavirus.
it's just God. It's just literally. And then you go on with people playing for Chelsea like Gallagher, Mount. They're not doing the job what people think they are. It is. Yes, we are fortunate to have a lot of youngsters coming through at the moment, but we never had that before when we was getting success. So why are we doing it now? We had John Terry, and he was the only one who came through the academy that stuck. The rest of them, you don't know what made them. They even got rid of De Bruyne and Salah when they was coming through in that.
Yeah.
So it's about business. It's about what's best for the team right now. And at the moment, the youth, unless they're playing up and Reece James level, they're not good enough for this team. They need
No.
to either go on loan to get better or be sold on and try and bring someone in like we have been doing with the youngsters. Bring them in who are at that level who can achieve the goal for Chelsea.
Yeah, and Wayne, like look at Levi Colwell. Like this is someone that decided to take a big boy loan, right? Go to Brighton. They're having a great season, probably a historic season from the club's perspective. He's playing. You know, the manager trusts him. He's really getting in the mix. He's improving. I mean, that's a success story, right? Because Colwell, I don't think was ready for Chelsea, especially mentally ready to perhaps like not play a lot. So what do? You know, we talk to Brighton. We have a good relationship with Brighton. Probably will eventually buy McAllister. And, you know, we say, all right, here's Colwell, right? Play him, please. So he starts playing. He's great. He's going to improve. Now, whether he comes back next season or the season after, he'll eventually become a Chelsea player. And Wayne, that's a success story. You know what I mean? That should be the aim if you really, really, really want to be like the exception to the rule where you're a Cobham guy that maybe becomes a first team player, goes out on loan, improves, and then comes back the way Reece James did. I mean, like that's the real pathway there, right? But everyone else, like, dude, Wayne, most players are not going to be that.
No, but the good thing about what we've done with Colwell, what people don't see, is he's gone to there, and if he doesn't reach the level we think he is, and he does do well for Brighton, we can use that as a bartering, like from McAllister,
Of
and bring him
course.
in and say, look, you got Colwell, you can have him for this amount of money. Let's have McAllister and this sort of money, and use it as a bartering tool. And that's the reason what we're doing it for. It's common sense to use what we've got in order to get better in the positions we need to get better for. Does that make sense?
Yes. It does make sense, Wayne Molds. It does make sense.
But
you're speaking nothing but the truth, my dude.
yeah, and where I just kind of lost it was, okay, Matson's having a good season in the championship, or at least a good month. I don't know how the rest
Jared,
of us.
he's a legitimately decent player.
Okay, but is he better than Mark Cucurella or Ben Chilwell?
No, he's not.
Okay, then why would you try to get rid of one of those two to bring him in? That's a downgrade.
We're not.
But that's what they were like, oh, if we get rid of Chilwell or Cucurella, we can bring Matson right in. Would the club do that, or would they go down the street and buy Jedi Robinson?
Yeah, he's probably
35 mil. He's better. So
he is Anthony Robinson is so good. He's so good.
I know I'm going to take off Anderson Watson because I'm not sure about him. You're more clued about him than me.
Yeah, but Ian Martin, it doesn't even matter because Pep wants him, and we don't need him. So as long as Pep is like, I want him over Chilwell, I'm good with that because I don't want Chilwell to leave. That was my aside. That's what I wanted to say.
But what I was going to say is with Matson, like I totally agree with what you're saying, Jesters, and it does bar me up because I'm thinking to myself, right, he was on loan to Charlton, Coventry, and now he's on loan to Burnley. So give me out of them a team that we believe that he's reached a level where he can come into Chelsea. He hasn't. He's not been tested in the Premier League. He hasn't been tested in European football. And he's not even reached the main squad of his country. So he's not at that level right now. He's not been spoken about that level. So why are we going to put him in and be vulnerable on that left-hand side with him in the squad?
Well, it's called. That's the answer.
Yeah.
That that's the only answer, bro. There's no logical uh, thinking behind it. It's all emotional, and this is what I want, and blah, 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 I'm right because you know nobody's ever told me no in my life.
Jared, the other thing is
That's
that
most what it is.
fans in their 30s, they're not really on Twitter. That's the other thing.
Or ancient like me, but yeah, no, they're not. It's usually the young people. The young,
And in their 60s, and in their 60s, just
yeah,
Hang on. Be nice to my jesters here, right? He's in his
I
40s.
knew Wayne was going to jump in. I'm kidding. I know Jess is in his 40s and not being an asshole.
yeah. I'm just old. That's okay. That
Put you
just means I've made it through more life than y'all, so I'm winning.
I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
probably it means
You know?
you learn more lessons. You learn more lessons.
Yeah.
Jared. That's the other thing is that they're just not old enough to understand how the process works because they don't want to, dude. They don't want to know the process. They don't want to have to accept the process. It's too cynical. I think that's really it, Jared. If you really want an answer, it's because the process is too cynical for young fans to want to accept.
And don't even try to discuss business finance
Oh
with them.
Jesus, yeah, that's
That is a lost freaking cause.
just buy him, just buy Declan Rice, whatever.
No, it was about
Oh,
amortizing contracts.
amortization. Oh
Yeah,
yeah. I mean,
because they don't understand
amortization.
once
Look,
you.
amortization. If anybody that really wants to know, you take the contract length, you take the price you paid for the player, you chop it up, you chop up the price based on how many years his contract is, and that is what the financial hit the club will take each year. Okay, $100 million player, 10-year contract, $10 million hit each year. That's amortization in a nutshell. Keep it moving.
Yes, but they also don't understand when you sell that player.
You get the full amount
That
on your books immediately.
right, you get the full amounts, but the amortized contract remains on your books because you can't just drop it because you're making money go away.
Yeah.
So what it is sales are part just sales. They don't go towards paying off any contract or anything else. It's a lump sum into the club, and the club has to decide what to do with it.
Yep.
So they don't. So it's frustrating trying to talk to people about why it's easier and more profitable to sell a academy product than it is anybody in the squad because they all have amortized contracts that we have to sell them for at least the amount still on our books for those contracts to
So
break even.
yeah, by the way, people don't understand that if you bought a player for 40 and then you have them for 4 years and then you sell them for 20, people think that we lost money on that. That's actually not true. Like if I think we bought ZH for like 33. If we sold ZH for 25 now, we make money on ZH.
Yes, because his amortized contract is
Yeah,
already
because
past that.
he signed a 5-year deal. 35 divided by 5 is $7 million a year. Okay. And
Right.
so if he's been here for what, 3 years
3
now?
years.
So
Yeah.
that's 21 million of the amount that we bought him for that's already gone. So if we can sell him for more than that, I mean, my God, then we're making money. And that's how you balance your books. It doesn't matter if it makes sense in your brain. It matters if it makes sense to the bank. Because that's what we're really judged on.
Or the auditors that are coming in and saying,
Well,
hey,
was it
your books
auditors
aren't
a
right.
bank, buddy? I consider it the same thing. Hey, so here's one I got for you guys because this is very fucking interesting. Now, people give Mark Goldbridge shit. I absolutely love Mark Goldbridge.
Oh,
In fact, I think Mark Goldbridge is one of the best YouTubers on the internet because he doesn't just talk about United. He does a That's Football channel where he talks about everybody. He talks about Chelsea a lot. And then he goes on Talk Sport. He's got his own little thing. And he talks about the Premier League a lot. Okay, so this is something Mark Goldbridge said. He's always spot on. This guy used to be a detective before he became a football guy. So he was a cop.
So he's always been a dick.
Yes, he's always been a dick, but he's a proper dick. He's a proper dick. So he says, man, listen to this, Jerry, because you're gonna love this. This just proves that they were using shell corporations. Man City has a global estimated fan base of 5 million. Man United has a global estimated fan base of 500 million people. How on earth could they generate more legitimate commercial revenue than Man United?
They can't,
They can't.
because they overrated what those contracts should have been worth.
No,
If you're
what they did is that they used state funded money. They created fake sponsorships and they paid themselves.
right, well, and they overrated those sponsorships because
Oh
you're
well,
only
yeah. I
speaking to
mean,
5 million
it's
people.
all cook. It's all book cooking. It's all them saying that they generated a shitload more revenue than they actually did.
Yeah,
And most of
right.
the revenue that they generated is fake revenue, because it's just coming from the UAE, United Arab Emirates. It's just coming from the state.
Right, it is.
It's
That's
just coming from Sheikh Mansour. He's paying himself because it's not that big of a payment for him. He just wants the team to be good. In order for the team to be good, they have to look like they're generating a shitload of revenue and that they're popular, and that justifies their expenditures. It's fake.
yeah.
It's like
Well,
a shitty 70s crime movie, but it's real.
right.
It's fucking real.
Well, I know that everybody's excited over in that area of England, whether it be Liverpool or Manchester, about Qataris coming in to buy them. And they say it's okay because it's not the same Qataris that are in at PSG. And I'm like, you do understand it's all the same? When you get to a certain level in that country, it all belongs to who? The royal family.
Yeah.
And
and
so it is the same.
There's riches. What was it? Manzu? Who's the Manzu? Something guy that king of Africa that was like the richest man in history. You know who I'm talking about, Jared?
Midas?
No.
Solomon?
Mansa Musa. Yeah.
Okay. No.
Yeah.
See how you're lost.
Mali
I'm
Empire.
lost.
Yeah. Was the ninth Mansa of the Mali Empire, considered the wealthiest man in history. Yeah. I mean, at a certain point, like those royal families, the money is endless. It's just endless. And a couple $100 million to them ain't shit.
And just to clarify, in a kingdom, everything is owned by
belongs
the
to
king.
the family. The
Right,
kingdom is theirs.
Right. So
It is the
monarch,
GDP. The GDP is their bank account.
right.
The assets within the country are their bank account. Like they account for all of it.
Right. It all belongs to them.
It all belongs to them.
So again, that's my take on that. But the Man City thing, what happens usually in history when things in the world get rough, like they are now?
Yeah.
What happens is every country becomes more nationalistic, and they turn inwards because politicians get scared that their own people, that they control their own populations before worrying about other populations.
Yeah.
And so how does this affect football, you would ask? They're going to be more picky about the next investor than the one that happened before.
Yeah.
So it just is what it is. That's why all this is coming around a white paper that came out about regulating football in England. And I'll tell you what, when this private business starts hearing government start creeping around, they will do whatever it takes to keep regulations off their back.
Yeah, they'll self-regulate, which is what they're doing right now.
And if that means somebody's got to take a fall for it, so they won't get regulated, somebody's going to take a fall.
Jared, what Chris Carter said, get yourself a fall guy. Well, guess what? Man City's the fall guy. And you ain't wrong about this, because I don't know if you saw, we had David on the other day, David Sampson, and he said, yeah, look, I mean, these fake sources of revenue, like he had mentioned, because he's a Miami guy, he knows the owner of the Heat. He said Miami Heat, one of the biggest sponsors for the Miami Heat is the cruises, right? But the owner of the Miami Heat, he owns one of the big cruises in the country, right? So, it's kind of robbing Peter to pay Paul, or essentially paying yourself. And so it's Mickey Harrison, if he owns a cruise line and the cruise line is sponsoring the Miami Heat, well then there you go, right? But
Right.
but what David said was that he's like, look, the spending has gotten so outrageous that the Premier League does need to make an example of City before they lose their sport. And I can understand that,
Yeah. And
but City's been so brazen about it. They were so fucking cocky when they got out of it with UEFA because of the statute of limitations, but there's no statute of limitations in the Premier League. And the
nope.
Premier League's like, well, we've been investigating you since 2017, and since you didn't cooperate, we're going to burn you for this. Now, I don't know what burning them looks like, but it's going to be something.
Yeah. And everybody's saying, well, you don't want to mess with UAE and all that. Stop. There's no country, even though they're a kingdom, that's going to do anything over a football team. It's not that deep, folks. You're talking about a different level of things. So no, that's not bringing. Oh, well, you don't want to mess with this country or that country. That's all stupid.
Oh, they're not going to do shit.
Not over a sport.
They ain't going to do shit. It's too public.
So,
they're not doing anything.
I've heard that come out though. It's like, do you know who they are or who they're owned by? Who cares?
These people think they live in the movies. And what the fuck are you going to do about it? Are you going to go assassinate Todd Bowley? Shut up. Get out of here.
So I think that everybody just needs to calm down. Let the thing work out. No worries, Wayne. It happens to the best of us. Just let everything work out, and we'll see what happens. Okay? Some people are going to be pissed, and some people are going to be happy. I don't know which side's going to be which.
Well, Jared, I do think the body of evidence is so great that something's going to stick. I mean, it has. Oh, so here's what Hernan Crespo says about Enzo Fernandez. You're gonna love this, and I'm gonna send this to Jessica as well. Give me just 1 second as I send this to her. But this is about our guy Enzo Fernandez. Okay, Hernan Crespo says he's Makelele plus Lampard. If you need him in the Makelele position, he can play very well. He can also smell the goal. Good shot from outside the box. So if you need him behind the striker, Lampard or Essien, he can do it. As a manager, having a player that can play in lots of positions is really important in football today. He's not wrong. He can do everything as a midfielder. He can be one of the best midfielders in history.
Hey, that's highest praise from somebody who's done it at that level. So I think that having that South America tandem down there, for me,
it's awesome.
I mean, I know people like certain countries type players. When they come from certain countries, they have certain attributes.
Well, guess what, Jared? I like South American players.
Yeah, South American football is pretty damn good. I
like South American people. I like South American footballers, bro. Bring it on, all of it. Give me all of it.
And
give me all that Brazilian and Argentinian beef too. Give me some of that barbecue brisket.
Also, for people who say, well, Santos hasn't played with the physicality. He plays South American football. People get stabbed at the games. You think that it's not like, oh, I fell down. Give the guy a yellow card. No. You need to murder somebody on the pitch to get a red card.
Yeah, you ever heard of the rivalry between River and Boca?
Yeah, they have to have police protection.
It's more than police protection. They need state protection because Boca's run by the mafia. So, no, I mean, it's considered the one rivalry you need to see before you die. All these publications come up with lists and say, 1,000 things you need to see or hear or listen to before you die. And it's like, they say, oh, yeah, Rangers versus Celtic. It's a big rivalry. It's like, it's not even close. The River Boca thing is so insane that they have these 30-foot chain link fences that are up in front of the sideline seats, for the fans. There are huge fences that are keeping everyone out because the stadium is on fire the whole time. Things are being thrown on the field the whole time. There are fights the whole time. It is loud the whole time. It is violent and passionate and bloody and fucking Roman gladiatorial all the time. and they just like, yeah, one of my best friends came from Bariloche, Argentina. He's a huge Boca Juniors fan. He said the Boca River games. It's something like a war, and it's you have to see it to really understand. So yeah, I'm pretty sure Enzo Fernandez knows what that looks like. He ain't worried about a little West Ham, Chelsea, man. Let's get out of here, Bruce.
No, yeah, I think the only thing in Europe that would rival it in it Red Star.
Oh
Don't
yeah,
Red
yeah.
Star,
So that type of atmosphere with those flares, that's
yeah,
what it's like in the Boca River games.
right. But look, there's nothing like that in the Premier League. So yes, he's played with
I don't
grown
think
ass.
they let it. I don't think they allow it, do they?
Yeah,
Flares?
no, well they did. There are you see flares from time to time in the stadium, but it's not half the stadium's one
Yeah,
color
no,
and half the
it doesn't
stadium's
look
the
like
other
half the
color.
stadium is a wildfire. Like Jesus.
Pick up my guy in the chat.
Hey, Matt, I'm sending you the link. Come on.
So yeah, I think that they don't understand that the first thing they do in Latin football is physicality. If you're more talented than the other players, they hunt you. They try to hurt you. They grew up with like this their whole lives because Latin America, they don't like to lose. And they're willing to hurt you to ensure they win.
Yeah,
And
no,
so this
it's
kid's been
insane.
doing this since he was young. Oh, we got a first timer. First timer. What's
First
going
time
on, Matt?
Uncle Jester should be up, guys. Man, I haven't seen Jesters in ages or Carlito, guys. Where you guys been?
Oh, this
What's going on?
fucking pimp. No. Maddie, what's going on down under? How you doing, buddy?
You know, getting rid of those mount stands one person at a time. You know, trying to get rid of them.
You see Johnny Minerals say anybody that's got the minerals to come on my channel, and I was tagged
I got
by
3
Matt,
DMs
I said,
of that.
Hey, motherfucker, I'm right here,
I got 3
Johnny.
people DMing me about that. I was like, no.
I can't DM Johnny. For some reason, I'm not allowed to message him. Motherfucker, I'm right here. Anytime. I'm your worst nightmare. I will eat you alive, you twat.
Well, only his followers only the people he follow can DM him.
Oh, well, whatever.
Are you going to go on? Did he accept it or no?
No, he ain't accept.
No. You don't want none of these vitamins, Matthew. So, all right, Matt, talk to me. What are we thinking about tomorrow? It is tomorrow, right? We play tomorrow.
12 hours. From 12 hours.
Okay,
yeah. We got the early game again, so fuck me.
Jared, wait a minute.
Oh, that's good for me.
5 a.m. game?
Oh,
I wanted to have a Friday night, man.
Just don't go to sleep, dude.
I'm 34. I can't do that anymore, man. I'm too fucking old. All right, fine. I won't go to sleep. No. You know what I'll do? I'll cut my evening short to make the game. How about that?
Cocaine's a hell of a thing.
Yeah, it certainly is. You ain't lying. All right, Maddie, talk to me about tomorrow. What are you thinking? What's the lineup? How you feeling? Little Minerals Waterboy? Well, Bobby Boucher Waterboy situation. What do we got?
Mate, cut those orange slices very thinly tomorrow because we need our players to get a must win. You know.
Yeah. Right.
And I'm nervous. I'm nervous, Carlito, because I'm telling you right now. Right, this is a must win. You know, people say must win, full and whatever, but everyone's fit. You know, take away a couple of players, but everyone's majority fit.
Oh, fit enough. We're fit enough. No doubt.
Yeah, we have the lineup. You know, we got Felix. Felix is here finally. You know, like that's the proper Minerals. You know, we got Felix there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I want to ensure that Potter gets the lineup right. If I see Mount and Havertz and Gallagher in the pitch tomorrow, we've lost. Like I've been saying, every time I say that they're on the pitch, we've been losing. So you don't start Havertz, Mount, Gallagher, we'll have a chance of winning. So it's just simple as that. It's honestly, Carlito, it's not rocket science. Don't start Mount. Don't start
really not.
Gallagher. You win. It's not. Honestly, it's people thinking it's like rocket science. I'm telling you, just don't start those two players.
It's really not that
we
hard.
will win.
Hey, Matt,
Mount is horrible, man.
Matt, so I agree with you. I do think Gallagher is going to start. I think Potter had said that he's going to start with Enzo. He did not say a fucking thing about Mount.
Of course it did.
So I do think Gallagher will play with Enzo because it's more of a necessity thing because Zachary is not bad, Conte's not bad, Kovacic is not back yet. But if they were, I mean, obviously he wouldn't be playing.
Ruben, Carney.
Wait, isn't Kovacic back?
The hobo on the street.
No, he can't. He's not matched.
No, he's not back. I'm thinking Dortmund.
Sure.
I'm thinking Dortmund.
Yeah. But no,
Fair
the way I see it, Matt, obviously Reese, we got Bad Benny, Thaddeus Shield. How fucking great is he,
Beast.
by the way? Beast. Also,
Hey,
really
what happened
good.
to for Khalid? Wait, I thought what's his name is Wesley's your boy. What happened to Wesley? Isn't he your boy?
I love Wesley Fofana. I don't think he's back yet. Again, these
He's not?
guys, you know, although Potter didn't say that he was out.
Nah, I think we're
he might be on the bench, but
He might be on the bench.
yeah.
Yeah, I love Fofana, but no, it's gonna be Thiago. It's gonna be Bad Benny, and then it's gonna be, in my opinion, it'll be Cucurella again, which is fine. I actually like Cucurella. In the midfield,
I think Guerrero's not well.
he's fine. I think he's fine. I
I think he's nothing to stress over. People just obviously because there's no little English fly next to him. There's no support from.
The number one guy, obviously, our number one man, Enzo, delicious, right? Next to him, I think it'll be Connor. I mean, I hate it, but we have to. And then in front of them, best player on the team, Matt. Best player on the team. Attacking midfielder. Fucking
Mason. Joao Felix. Yeah. Damn it, I think we got a crossover wrong.
Wow. That was an unbelievably comedically timed bit. No, Joao Felix, of course. Let's go, right?
Mate, he's a beast, man. He's a beast. I need to.
Good.
He just needs to show up. Like you put him on that pitch, he has that confidence. He'll thrive. That's it. That's all you need.
You've been watching him. These interviews he's had over the last couple of days. He can't say it, but he's like, "Oh yeah, fuck, I thought I'd go. I'm coming to Chelsea."
Oh,
like,
mate, he loves it.
Oh,
He's played 60 minutes and he really loves the club. Like,
dude, he's played 60 minutes. He's the best player on the team.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Hold on, I got to bring this up though because I've seen reports. Atletico won 140 million for this guy.
No. I've seen conflicting reports that say that we won't get that, and we can negotiate. And by the way, we can, dude. We could throw in Lukaku. Don't kid yourself. If you think that Simeone is not a fan of him, you're wrong. Okay.
True.
Now,
I proposed that already.
I know you did. I know you did. Now, Matt, is your last name Voy? Is Voy?
No. Okay. This is my ad.
Okay. Don't say your last name. This is the internet. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure. Okay. Got you. My bad. Right wing. I gotta go with the Duke. I gotta go with Madueke. I love him.
Yeah. I was also thinking of Ziyech. Well, I don't mind Ziyech signing, but if Madueke starts, that's fine.
Yeah. So the other thing I was thinking about this the other day, Matt, is that I think that Noni Madueke is the player that I thought Bertrand Traore was going to be. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they're upright. They very fast, cut from the right to the left, from the outside in. Tricky, very good with their feet, flashy. But Traore, his career is kind of derailed. But maybe Madueke is the guy that's going to steal his career. On the left, obviously, Mr. Bubble Guts himself had to take a shit at halftime. Mikhailo Mudryk. Take a Pepto, my dude. And then up top, I'm going with David Datro Fofana. Actually, I've changed my mind on Havertz. I'm going to go with Fofana.
Yeah.
Didi.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
You can't be signing Havertz here, man. I'm sorry, up front. No way. You can't be signing that guy there, Carlito. And the thing on Madueke, Carlito, we had that conversation with Madueke. So I said, great player, but one injury, he's gone for a couple of weeks.
What if he's not, though, Matt? What if he just doesn't?
Yeah, I know. That's fine by me. Hopefully it does. I don't want him to get injured. I think he's a great player, but just that injury thing is so good. Always at the back of my head. I'm always thinking, fuck, what if he gets injured? That's 4 weeks gone.
When I'm thinking about that, right, and I'm also thinking about our departures, okay, because on their day, number one, Mudryk is going to start. He's going to start. But then we have three other midfielders two other wings that I still see staying. Obviously, Raheem Sterling's going to stay. People think he's leaving. You're fucking crazy. He's not leaving. So you got Mudryk, you got Raheem Sterling, you got Noni Madueke. Who are the other people that are staying now? Because you do need 4 wings for 2 positions. You
do have Joao. If Joao Felix stays, you have the option to play him there.
I know you have the option. So maybe I would say Nkunku, obviously,
or Nkunku.
Okay, so but I still want, if there are 4 of those attacking positions where you got attacking mid, right forward, left forward, central forward, right? 4 attacking positions. I need 8 players for those 4 positions, Matt.
Man said Cho.
Oh!
I think he's trolling.
Oh, no.
He's trolling.
Oh, good.
The coronavirus? Oh, no.
No, well,
That's a new
Well, for
one on you.
me-
Yeah, Choronavirus. The hell no, man. I ain't
For
gonna go
me,
with Cho.
if you are going to look at, do you keep Havertz? Because Havertz definitely can play on the wing.
Yes, I would keep Havertz. Or Matt, do we really, really go all in and go with the hottest striker in the world, Victor Osimhen?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something else. No, yeah, no,
Ooh, do you
he's
think I was
great.
gonna say Harry Kane?
No, yeah, I was gonna say something else.
Nobody wants a Harry
Who
Kane.
would you think I was gonna say?
I was gonna say like Thuram, something like that. Like a
No,
Thuram or
no.
yeah,
Thuram's
everyone's been saying that to me today. I go, what the fuck, who the fuck's Thuram? You don't know. But Osimhen, bro, that guy's a beast, man. But it's just his price. His price, man. Wow. Napoli gonna
Napoli's
ask
to be
for
a
so
bitch.
much.
Dude,
They're gonna be a
ADL is gonna invite 5 clubs to bid. He wants all the bidding.
Yeah,
Mate, and they're gonna win.
and then
the
they'll
league
go,
as well.
then he's gonna raise it another 10 million over the highest bid.
Yeah, and right now they're
'Cause
the
he's a
best team in the
prick.
world. They're the best team in the world right now.
Yeah,
So-
top of Serie A, but man, he's a baller, but fuck, he's gonna be expensive, man.
I know.
Do we go
Yeah.
out for that money? Mate, boy does it. I'll clap my hands to the boy, man. That'll be
I don't know
unbelievable.
if he
It's a
can-
risk
if he
though,
can-
because Matt, we have to get rid of so many players. It's not
Exactly.
that we won't have. It's not like we won't have suitors for players like Pulisic and Ziyech. There are people lining up to buy those players.
Yeah.
And if we really wanted to get rid of Havertz, which we would, if we're buying Osimhen, and we do have Broja coming back, because Broja's going to be here for 8 years, and he's going to come back next season. Like if we buy Osimhen,
That's
then
a
Havertz
concern.
is gone. You can believe that Havertz is gone. So and we know we
Carlito,
have a buyer for that.
we've seen what happened to our ACL, people, they tear an ACL and they just never come back to what it is. Maybe hopefully,
Yeah.
we used to watch Loftus-Cheek, Cho,
Yeah, but then you have
Chilwell.
Adrian. Yeah, but then you got Adrian Peterson in the
But
NFL.
they didn't have ACLs; they had Achilles.
Yeah,
Who?
those are ACL.
They're-
Those are not ACLs, Matt.
Those
That
are
was
Achilles. Yeah,
Didn't Cho do an
Ruben-
ACL?
No, he did it.
Cho did his
Achilles.
Achilles is way worse. It's
Is it?
a
Yeah,
way worse injury.
that's the tendon that connects your foot.
I mean, that's the tendon that literally lets you bend your foot.
Yeah,
Like you
Yeah.
can't. No.
I'm
Broja
too
did-
young to know
Broja
about
did it. So
the pains you get when you get older.
here's the hold on, Matt. When I was 19 years old, I didn't rupture. See what Cho and Ruben did? They ruptured their Achilles, which means that the tendon snaps and rolls up your calf. When I was 19, I tore one Achilles, but it was a slight tear. And then while I was rehabbing from that, I tore the other Achilles, slight tear. It wasn't a snap, and I was actually back within 2 months. I was fine, and it was no issue other than scar tissue. But what they did is their Achilles, remember what Kevin Durant did against the Raptors when he was playing for Golden State? His Achilles snapped off of the bottom of the back of his foot, and it rolled up his calf.
Oh shit!
That is what happens when you rupture your Achilles. So it's not like with an ACL, you're out, surgery, Broja's going to be fine. But no, the Achilles is the most devastating injury you can have.
yeah. That's why you start seeing Cho runs different now.
Yeah.
When he's running, he's more heel toe,
I'll be right back.
real bad heel toe. I think that's because they've taught him to run differently because of the injury, and that's fine. He still was going to be shit anyway.
I can't believe people were thinking he's gonna do good in Bundesliga. He failed in the easiest league in the world. I can't believe it. I genuinely can't believe how bad he is.
I think it's comical. I feel sorry for him.
I remember you
but I think
last
it's
year.
fucking
You were
comical.
saying it. You were saying it maybe about 2 years ago, wasn't it? When you were saying, Cho will never become this, that, and 2
And
years
who
ago.
was
man.
right? Hey, even more recently, I was a Jorginho thing. I was first on the Jorginho campaign in this league, and we finally saw that come to an end.
Oh yeah.
And then Mendy. I said Mendy is not as good as y'all think, and got all sorts of hate on that.
Oh man, I was with you on that one. Yeah. Okay. Oh,
And then, of
Jesus.
course, what will we find out? Not as good as Kepa.
Hey, Carlito, yeah, let's talk about our number one, Carlito. Who's that number one starting in the next 12 hours? People think Mendy's gonna come back and take over Kepa.
Oh, no
Delusion.
way. Oh, no way.
No, Mendy won't see
The
another
guy
game
can't kick
this
a ball.
year.
Mendy's,
Ball,
dude, Mendy has, it's not just that he's lost the trust of the coaching staff. I think he's lost the trust of his teammates.
Yeah.
Because you notice, as soon as he made one mistake, I think it was, so Real Madrid, right? First leg last year, the Rudiger thing. But it was really Mendy's ball. Ever since then, he's been a walking mistake.
Mhm.
Been a
Yeah.
walking, fielding error, as they say in the MLB. And Matt, I think it's psychological. And every time he fucks up, it gets worse.
Yeah.
Because every
That-
time he gets the
they
ball,
don't
he
pass
thinks
to him.
about it. They
Yeah.
they don't want to.
Yeah, they don't.
That's where Matt, when they're not passing the ball to him, whereas they'll pass the ball to Kepa when he's got 1 yard of space in the 6, and they'll still do it because they'll know he'll handle it. Like, bro, that's when you know that that they don't trust Mendy. They just don't.
Yeah.
I've seen so many instances, Carlito, when they just
By the way, this
they'll
guy says
hesitate to pass back.
AFCON hangover. He's a keeper. Get out of here with hangovers. Wait, you think he's running 10 miles a game? Get out of here. Come on. Hangover.
No. I
Yeah,
think he
we
was
stopped
just
at that point, yeah.
because our offense was worse, and our defense came under more threat, and we had a less cohesive defense with the departures of Christensen and Rudiger, and to rebuild it. So he had more pressure on him, more shots. Obviously, when you put more pressure on a keeper, you'll see what he's actually worth.
Yeah.
Okay, it's easy to be a keeper when you got no shots coming at you a game, or very few, and they're from distance.
What I love about Kepa, Matt, and Jared is that even when he gets bad balls played to him, he's got good feet. You could tell he plays. You could tell he plays futsal. Like he's got good feet. So it's actually he's really he's up there with Ederson. I actually think that despite his alligator arms, I think Pickford has good feet. Some of these guys they have good feet, and Kepa's certainly one of them. Oh, Neuer has the best feet, obviously.
Well, he's modern sweeper keeper.
Yeah, but what I want to
Who's
talk
for
to you
sale?
about, Maddie, I got two names that I want to talk to you about, bro. Now the number one name is going to be obviously one of the reasons why I brought you on, player that we fucking hate. But I'll save that one. I first want to talk about Bad Benny. Benoit Batty Shield. Talk to me about him, man. What are you thinking?
What a baller, man! Like this is I think Vivel's signing. This was Vivel's intro.
Yeah.
And I have all trust in him, man, because this guy came in day one, first game.
Matt. Day one.
Like clearly when I saw, my eyes were like, I'm like, no time, give him time, give him this, give him a pension sheet. No. The guy came and showed up, and that's what I want my players. I don't want my players to take time, give him time, but I hate when people say give him time. They're playing fucking professional football, yeah. You don't give them time. So he came in and he showed to me that I want to play for this club. I have what it takes to play for this club, and I can play for this club. And now he's number one. But then Potter turns around and goes, you know what? I'm not going to put him in the UCL squad. Now I don't know what's going on there. But I don't know if he's playing Dortmund. Is he playing Dortmund?
He wants Enzo. He wants João Felix to sign for us.
No. I'm not talking about Dortmund. I'm talking about Battle of Shield playing in the UCL.
Oh, I know. No.
We could only make three change. We could only add 3 players.
And look, and he's obviously going to have Enzo and Mudryk play. But João Felix as a loan, this is a gesture of good faith that we want João Felix to stay.
And the fact that we had all our attackers.
Now, do I like this? Now, Matt, let me be real, bro. Do I like that Bad Benny's not going to be playing? Fuck, no one like that. Because again, like what you just said, these guys need time to get used to the Premier League, and it's like, fuck you. They're footballers. Let them football. If you're a real footballer, you know how to play. It ain't that fucking hard, dog.
Yeah, it doesn't take the Premier League to kick a ball 10 meters, mate.
Badia just goes, hey, Thiago Silva, I'm Benoit. Let's football. And they haven't. They haven't gotten scored on yet. And their partnership has not gotten scored on.
Oh, their partnership is fantastic, man. I love their partnership.
It's unbelievable.
I don't know if you know, but we see Battle Shield is very authoritative. He takes charge when he has the ball. He doesn't that's one thing I don't like about Christensen. He waits for someone to tell him what to do. No, Battle Shield comes in and he authorizes what to do. He knows where to go.
Well, yeah, he's got.
Yeah, by the way, Josh is right about this. Thiago and Fofana on Wednesday will be fine. I totally agree with that. Fofana's a really good player. I'm not worried about that at all. In fact,
even
Thiago,
Thiago and Koulibaly are fine against Dortmund.
What I see eventually the partnership is, I think it's going to be Fofana and Badia, the French, and I also think that partnership is going to transcend over to the French national team. I think it's going to be these two guys for this club for a while, and France for a while. I mean, Varane just quit.
Yeah,
so
he
it
retired.
makes sense to me. So I agree with you, Matt. I love what your attitude is, where it's like, fuck time. If the guy wants to play and he can play, and he's got Thiago Silva helping him, he's fine. What's the problem? Oh, you need to get him integrated, and it's England. Shut up, dude. This is football. It's all the same.
Even,
I know
even,
England is harder.
the excuses were used only in the like with Havertz, Werner, and Mount. That's the
No,
only
it's
time I heard those
used when a
excuses.
player struggles. When a player does great,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
oh, look
Shit.
at him go. No, the excuse when a player's struggling, it's it's a new league and he needs to get integrated. He's not used to it. And it's like, well, in my cases, Benoit Badiashile and João Felix, they look pretty good. So where's the excuse for that one, man? No need. They don't need the excuse, Matt. All right, here we go. The main event. Maddie. Oh, before we go, Jerry, can you put this up? The Josh thing. Nah, no mistake. Batty is great, but Wesley Fofana is lead. He'll be credible for us in the UCL. I agree. And Josh, yeah, I love Fofana. I think he's great. Also, he's handsome. He's charismatic. Great attitude. Wants to be. I think it's going to be Fofana Badiashile. Probably not right now because Thiago just signed another year. Thank God. Love Thiago Silva. But Matt, here we go. The main event. Talk to me, brother. Talk to me.
About what?
Oh, he knows.
Do I know?
Minerals.
I know. I don't know.
It's the minerals. It's the minerals. It's the fucking. He wants. Hey, Matt. He wants to be appreciated. He wants to feel love. He wants. He wants Reece James money. We're talking about Mason Mount, y'all. We're talking about Mason fucking Mount.
He gets it. He gets it. Yeah, he gets it. Right. Khalid, I was just watching Lewis before, and then I heard, I'm like, I was eating my breakfast, I was having a nice time, and I hear someone go, Mount's been played out of position. I had to jump on there and just start screaming, because I can't deal with any more excuses for this fucking twat. I said it multiple times. Oh, you're attacking Mount. I am attacking Mount. I don't give a fuck. I don't like this guy. I don't like him. He's not a good footballer. He's bang average. Footballer.
Then he comes out. Matt, he's just another guy.
He's another guy. He's just there. And when he comes out and says, I want to be one of the highest earners at the club and feel valued. I
want to feel valued.
For what?
Feel valued.
And you wonder why people come and criticize him and then they come and attack him. Why? But it does shit like this. I would be valued. Oh, I want to get top of the earners. Top of the earners. For what? What for, man? I'm done with this guy. He's embarrassing. He's an embarrassment to this club. Get rid of him, man. The day we get rid of him, I said this 4 months ago. I was getting absolutely bashed by people. I said, the day we get rid of Mason Mount is the day our club will return. I said that with a gal. I stand by that because the day we get rid of him, Chelsea will return back to our standards. We used to have Essien. Fucking 5 years ago, we used to have Oscar there. Mate, not even that far. We go 3 years ago. Mata, Matic. We used to have.
Bro, we had Fabregas. We had Fabregas.
Fabregas. Mate, you're a long way from Starbucks. Oh my god. Man, he goes, Matt, I'm not. He goes, pal. He goes, fella, you're on another planet, bruv. That's what he says to me. He goes, fella, you're on another planet, bruv. That's what he always says to me. But. Oh yeah, he claps the fans. Of course, he claps the fans and he smiles and he
Matt,
plays
you
with
ever
passion.
notice that he wants to be more seen and he wants to clap harder and stay after the game longer when he plays worse?
Exactly.
You know what that is? You know what that is?
He knows he's shit.
You ever see the movie Lucky Number 11?
Yes.
Okay, Matt, if you haven't seen it,
flick.
You need to go watch Lucky Number 11. It's one of the most entertaining movies you'll ever see. I don't recommend bad movies. I'm a cinephile. I know my shit. Lucky Number 11, go and watch it. In the movie, there is this scene. Well, there's a variety of scenes centered around this one con. It's called the Kansas City Shuffle. All right? And in the scene, I'll give you the exact definition of what it is. A Kansas City Shuffle is a type of con which depends on the mark realizing they're being conned, but incorrectly guesses how they're being conned, and in return gets double-crossed by a superseding con. So they're like, oh, I know I'm getting conned, but then they get fucked by something coming from behind them. That's how the movie goes. But this is a Kansas City Shuffle. Mason Mount, every time he plays bad, he knows he's played bad. He knows he wants attention from the fans. So what does he do? He goes to the fans and gives them extra attention to distract them from the fact that he's played so badly. And in return, he gets even more love, and they actually forget about how bad he played. And instead, they say everybody else has played bad. And look at Mount taking accountability for him playing poorly. And in return, they forget that he played bad, and they just remember that he's the only one that clapped longer than everybody else, and they exonerate any bad behavior or bad play he had on the field. Mason Mount is guilty of marketing over merit. He has performed the Kansas City Shuffle on naive Chelsea fans.
Yeah, facts. I mean, we've seen after a game, which one was it? Liverpool maybe. I don't know. When he goes, and I swear he goes and does it on purpose, where he goes to where Johnny's standing and just goes and claps to him because he knows he's just going to get a video taken off him, put on Twitter. Oh, he gets it, man. He gets it. He's a short way from Starbucks, mate. Mount's a short way from Starbucks.
Yeah, well, you ain't allowed to come at Dunkin' Donuts, you fucking fraud.
You know, he came in my chat the other day, Minerals. I don't know if it was a rumor, but he came in my chat.
Oh god.
And he was saying, you know, how Mount gets it. Oh, you're not proper Chelsea, blah blah blah. And it's like it's all sentimental. It's not. I said, what facts do you have on why we should keep him? Take away he gets it and he claps and he's a short way from Starbucks. Like, what physical attributes does he bring to this team? Nothing.
Can I answer your question?
Go for it.
Because his shtick is heliocentric around Mason Mount. And so without Mount, he actually has to become a fan again, even if he ever was. And his shtick and his reason for being, I don't know if it's popular, but at least visible on the internet, has always been surrounded around his diehard, vehement doubling down of Mason Mount love. Now, if Mason Mount goes, what does that make him? Because apparently he doesn't realize that there's like 35 other players on this team, which is way too many for the first team. But there's like 35 fucking players in this team, and about 30 of them are better than Mason Mount. So it's a very strange thing, but he's doubling down because his shtick and the future of his channel and his relevancy depend on Mason Mount staying at this club. And he's a long way from Starbucks if he thinks Mason Mount's going to stay at this club.
He's getting absolutely cooked even on Instagram. He's in, like those meme. The one where he turned his camera on and shit. And everyone's calling him Pep without, whatever. He
shouldn't have taken his hat off because he looks like a boob.
Is that right? Yeah, bro. He's getting absolutely cooked.
Matt,
one of the guys that.
Matt, not everybody like you and I are blessed with great hair. Other people are not. I will have a full head of hair until the day I die. You will have that curly hair till the day you die. Other people need to wear hats. Johnny,
well, that's what we know.
Johnny, you should have stuck with the hat, bro.
Unfortunately, when you tell yourself a lie and you stress over a player, of course you're gonna get bald.
I mean,
hey, that's a better hat to wear. That's a better hat.
That's right. And Jared, in his old days, even Jared still got some follicles. Look at him go. And all I hear is that whip from you. Indiana Jones. Dun, 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 dun.
The horse.
Hey, come on.
All right, so Matt, I mean, what's going to happen with this whole thing? You got Liverpool sniffing around, and the Liverpool fans are thinking that this player is going to make them better. That's outrageous.
No, Khalida, here's the thing.
Yes, they're going to make Liverpool. He'll make Liverpool better. Yes, he will make Liverpool better. I'm serious. Come on, buy him.
Please, I was about to say, come on, convince.
What are we saying here? Yes. He's awesome. Best player on the team. Yes.
60 mil, baby. 60 mil. Oh.
Take his boyfriend Gallagher with him. They're both runners. They love to run, But Khalida, please send him anywhere. Give me 20 quid for him. I wouldn't care. I don't care how much money.
I want to maximize his popularity in this country. I do.
I don't care. I'll be honest. I don't care.
Matt. I'm sure a team will pay 50 for him.
Oh yeah, sure, 100%. He's luckily he's gotten so much prop that they 70. Will. I was saying 70. Yeah.
No, I mean 70, I would start with 70, but I think we would settle for. I think the basement is 50.
No, I think we'll go about 70.
Inflated prices right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think we'll get 70
Yeah.
and 80 for him, and I think I hope Khalida. Every time before I go to bed, I pray Liverpool, please come and buy him. Because like we
Will,
need him
I
as well,
used to
man.
pray for days like this.
I used to pray for days like this. So honestly, but Khalid, I see if he goes to Liverpool, I think Liverpool run off those players, who just run. They love those runners. So they can take him. I think he'll add something. I don't know what he'll add, but he'll add something to the team.
He certainly
So
loves to run, Matt. He loves to run.
he gets it.
Mason likes to play in the games, and Mason likes to run in the games. How
Mate,
about
Mason
that, Klopp?
gets it,
What do you
yeah?
think?
Mason
bro.
gets it. He
He's-
gets it.
Motherfucker owns a Starbucks. What are we talking about?
Yo, no public
You're
trust,
in-
fella.
Kieran, to answer your question, AC Milan would be my preferred destination for Christian Pulisic. Because,
Yeah, but we want enough money that'll satisfy what we do know is his marketing capabilities.
but
If we're talking about 40 million for Pulisic, then yeah, 40 to 50. But anything less, like I'm not interested in a bargain because I know someone else will buy him.
yeah, it's just a matter of money being right. Because
The other thing is that like we
Fortunately,
don't
Leal's
need
on his way
anything,
out.
but we don't need anything from AC Milan. We have doubled down and we have secured our future at left wing, and that is Mudryk. Like we're not going to also buy Leal. That's not happening. Plus,
No.
Mudryk's fast.
What I'm saying is Leal's reportedly on his way out to someplace. They had to replace him. If I had my druthers, I would say Christian Pulisic to AC Milan.
So you're talking about a need.
Yeah, so they would have a need for a left wing.
Yeah. Okay.
They wouldn't
And they
be
would
just.
have, would have the money if Leao were to depart. They would have the money.
Yes, in theory, they should.
In theory, I mean, in practice.
I don't know what their bank accounts look like. Maybe they have a lien on them. I don't know. Everything's pretty sketchy. But the man of the hour, Thiago Silva.
Yeah,
Matty,
let's suck his dick just a little bit here. Hey,
well, I'll leave that
guy
to you.
has been one of the, if not the best player on our team for 3 years.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's an inspiring player. Like I think that every time a player plays next to him now, Badiashile's recent recipient of this. Next is going to be Fofana during the week. Players are just better when they play with him, just naturally, because they feed off his arrogance because you have to be arrogant to play that well. But really, more it's instruction, it's capability, it's confidence, it's just all of it. He's got an aura. He's very, but that calmness, part of that is arrogance, but it's appropriate arrogance. He makes everybody else feel like reassured,
If you want to play against somebody who's always anxious and nervous, or somebody that's calm and confident in what they're going to do.
Yeah, Matt, you remember when we had Kurt Zuma? Remember when Kurt Zuma would get pressure with the ball and everybody would be freaking out?
Couldn't handle it.
Thiago Silva, it's like, you might as well stop pressing me, bro, because you're wasting your time. That's what he's telling the attacker.
Well, even Badiashile did it once or twice.
Yeah.
Last game. He was like, okay, I got little skills here.
Yeah, then he pressed with the ball, right? He even went for it.
Yeah.
It just showed but the other thing, before we even get more on Thiago Silva, Matt, I want to say one more thing about Badiashile. He wins everything in the air. Everything.
Yeah. How tall is he? 6'3"?
6'4".
6'4", 6'5". Yeah, he's a really big guy.
That's what you fucking want, yeah?
But it doesn't affect his side to side mobility. It doesn't affect his speed at all.
It's not like he's
exactly.
Chalaba.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's officially 6'4". Matt, doesn't this show the importance of Bowley getting it right in the scouting department, where they can go out and get a player like this?
Was it Boy or was it Vivel?
Well, no. It's both. What I'm saying is that it's Bowley who created the 4-man brain trust. There's the 4-man. I guess you would call it the executive branch of the scouting department.
Well, he created what he created the classroom.
What I'm saying is isn't that such a testament to those 4 guys hired by Bowley that go out and get a player like Benoit Badiashile, who comes in and it's like, holy shit, is he good?
Yeah, no, and that's why I give big props to someone like Bowie. I think Bowie's made some mistakes to this club, but he's also done some good stuff to this club as well. I think from now it's all uphill. Like after what he's done in January, I don't think I have anything bad to say. But the other thing coming August is start getting rid of the players. This is where I don't. And is it Bowie or is it Potter? Like who's in charge of that? I don't even know. I don't Potter, and this goes to my point on Potter. That I've always been saying, Potter will never win us a Premier League. Potter for me is an interim manager, and I don't think he has the authoritarianism to kind of stand up and go, "Mount, you're shit. Get the fuck out of my club." And I'm begging. I know it's not going to happen, but I hope Pep gets sacked from City. It'll never happen, but I hope he does. And if he does, we will be the best team for the next 10 years if we get someone like Pep at our club. And I think the biggest mistake we ever made at this football club was not sacking Tuchel. It was not getting Eric Ten Hag. That guy's a fucking world-class manager. What he's doing
really
at Man United is
really good.
unbelievable. What he did with Jadon Sancho, I was shocked. I was shocked.
Way,
And he scored, I was shocked.
Matt, Jadon Sancho, in a month and a half, he will be starting again for Manchester United.
Yeah.
You bet your ass Sancho will look really good. He will look really good in 6 weeks.
You know what Charles fans saying? Let's do what they did to Sancho with Mount. We have a fucking PE teacher as our fucking manager. Of course, Mount's not going to become a good all of a sudden.
By the way, probably the best thing that's ever happened to Sancho was Eric Ten Hag saying, "Take a couple weeks, relax, and then go get fit. Come back, and I will reinvent you." And guess what, Sancho's about to explode because of the trust between the club, the manager, and the player, saying you need to go away for a little bit. You need to reassess what's going on, because I'm pretty sure Sancho has been under a lot of pressure that maybe is self-imposed, and Ten Hag's just like, look, go get fit, get right, come back. Sancho, by the way, he was great in the game the other day, and he's going to be a real player. Trust me. But yeah, Ten Hag made the right move with him, and now nobody's going to question it. Nobody's going to question the Sancho thing because Sancho's going to be great again.
I got questions.
Okay.
Is it about Sancho?
Yes.
I don't. I think Jadon Sancho's a great player. I have no question.
I've watched him probably more than most people. And no.
Okay, that's fine. This is a player that I would scout because he comes from the outside and he's got sticky feet and he can keep the ball close under pressure with speed. And he has an eye for the goal. I think that the money and the pressure and the tag and everything else that comes with Manchester United got to his head, and that does happen because I remember when I was 22 years old, I was fucking insane. So, I mean,
and you're not now. What's the difference?
I had been to. Well, never mind. I had been. Never mind. I'm not going to go there. Yeah. Let's just say I had gotten in trouble a couple times.
No.
Yeah.
Say it ain't so.
All that stuff, but look. I think he's going to be fine. But no, look, for me, Matty, Pep Guardiola, no way he's not going to come to Chelsea. My manager is easy, Luis Enrique.
Yeah,
I love him. I love him.
I was propping him. If we sat Tuchel to go get Luis Enrique, but it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's like getting, I don't know. It's hard to explain because does he come in? People will say, I know what he wants, but will he come in and do what he did at Barcelona?
He has gravitas.
What's that?
Presence, respectability, like real fuck you nutsack type stuff.
Well, I would rather anyone but Potts at the moment. I'll put it. I'll go manage Chelsea.
You and Alex call him PE teacher. Nobody would dare.
Yeah, I said that first. Yeah, he fucking stole my shit. I said that first.
Well, you should take that up with Alex. I'm sure he'll appreciate that. What I'm saying is that nobody would fucking dare say that to Luis Enrique. That's gravitas. Yeah, gravitas is respectability, is cachet.
Hey, Luis Enrique is a PE teacher.
Oh, watch out! He's coming for you.
See?
Oh, he's in the chat. He's in the chat as we speak.
I'm not worried about. I just think that we need to stop talking about managers because Potter's not getting fired.
By the way, Potter's not getting fired. So you guys can.
Oh no, he's not getting No, but as I said, we can see and say, yeah, let's not talk about it. But he won't get us far. That's what I'm gonna say. He probably won't get us far.
Matt, you don't know that. Hold on, you don't know that. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to push back.
Hang on, but I've seen for the last 6 months Take away injuries. He had the same fucking squad, and he still couldn't do jack shit with it. He
I-
still doesn't take any
you
authority.
can't take
You want to
away
win the
injuries,
league?
but you can't take away injuries because they were there.
Hang on. Still doesn't change the fact that you can still drop him out. Doesn't the way you can still sell players in January window. He didn't take any charge. Gallagher, hang on, Khalida. Gallagher was either was contract was said. Gallagher will only leave if he's told to leave. And what did Potter do? Clapped him on the back and goes, "Mate, you can hear, you can stay." You know, like so fucking what's this shit, man? Like, I need some authoritarian manager to come in and go, ABC, get the hell out of my club. You're not good enough. He doesn't take any charge. What authoritarianism do you see in him? Look at people like Arteta.
Can I say
I'll
something?
hang on. I'll just finish
Come
this
on,
and then you
Carney
go.
Chukwuemeka.
Listen. Look at the previous managers who have won the league. Pep, Klopp, Ten Hag's now coming in to do it. Arteta's somewhat there, whatever. They're all managers who woke up Monday morning and knew what the fuck they wanted. Even though if it worked out or didn't work out, they knew what the fuck they wanted. Potter does not know what he wants for breakfast tomorrow morning. So I don't want that kind of manager there.
Hey, Matt,
Yeah, he's English. He wants beans on toast.
Matt, you're talking to someone that ruled with an iron fist, not just as a coach, but as a director of coaching. I coached like this. I understand what you're talking about. Believe me. But what I'm also saying is that Carney Chukwuemeka was injured when it was the blonde Mount and Mount together. Okay. João Felix had the red card. So now, so help me fucking Christ. By the way, João Felix has already been tipped to start tomorrow. Leaks have come out that he is.
He's starting. Yeah. There's no leaks. He's starting.
Well, by the way,
he's starting.
So he is the best player on Chelsea. So no fucking shit. He's starting tomorrow because we don't just need him to start and do well. We need him to stay. Yeah. Obviously, everything is a pitch. Everything is a fucking advertising pitch. We need him to stay. But no, look. If Mount plays tomorrow, fine. If he starts tomorrow, I will be furious.
Yeah.
Furious.
I don't think he'll start tomorrow.
And now this is upcoming.
I can't see him starting. I can't see him
Khalida, this is what upcoming now. Okay, we've had you can use the excuse of injuries, whatever. Let's use that excuse. But now everyone's back.
Hold on.
Hang on. It's an excuse.
Don't put that on me. It's not an excuse. It's just a reality. Like
whatever.
I can't spin 12 injuries. It literally happened, Matt. Come on, that's not an excuse, bro. Use a different word.
Too shy of the same thing. All right, let's say excuse. I'm gonna use excuse.
No.
So let's say we come tomorrow's game.
Our issue.
All right, let's use issue. Oh, you know what? I'll add because you know what? I'm not gonna argue with that. Whatever. You think injuries were concerned? I don't. This is where it comes down to now, Khalida. This is where it comes down to.
Okay.
Tomorrow, everyone's fucking fit. If he starts him out tomorrow, what's the excuse to me now? Oh, we got injuries. No. So the point for me is Khalida. It's what's the excuse?
No, I'll start saying there is no excuse. You had the players fit to play instead of him, and then I start looking at Potter as what the hell you doing? But until this point, we haven't really had he didn't have his pick of the litter, right? There was people that he couldn't pick. That he should have been able to pick from. And until we know everybody's back, if everybody's back and he's still picking Gallagher and Mount and Kai, even to a certain extent on the regular, then maybe he's over his head and needs to be moved in the summer. But until that happens, I can't say that's the only, for some games, that's probably the only pairing he could have made, right? He could have had to play those two players.
And that's what it comes down to selection. But past the selection, what he's doing kind of in that window, he didn't even know we signed Mudryk. He didn't even know we were going for Mudryk. And to me, that's actually fine. Because I'll be honest, I don't really want Potter picking out players. Because he didn't pick his players at Brighton. The board did. The scouting team that we bought were the ones picking these players. So I want to continue like that. I don't want Potter to know what's happening. But coming to if we're going to challenge for the league, I far from seeing Potter helping us win a challenge for the league. Far from it. So I'll give him time. He can prove me wrong. But as I said, Khalida, the word time, he's had his window. He's had it. Everything. Give him a window. Well, he's had his window. Here you go. I need to see instant results come from now. He's choosing the route that he wants to challenge still for this league. He didn't get rid of any players. He bought a lot of players. So he's telling the fans, we're going to challenge for this league. So for me, top four is a must then.
Sorry, who?
Who? What do you
talking about?
I'm saying Potter.
Oh yeah, gotcha.
So said his contention to us is that he's going to challenge for the league because he's bought these players and he didn't get rid of any players. So he kept them for depth. That means top 4 is a must for me this season. Then.
Well, hold on, because what's the most important thing about top 4 though is Champions League. So either you win top 4 or you get Champions League.
You win Champions League, that's fine.
No, because guess what? To me, monetarily, it's actually more. Well, because if you win, you essentially net about like 110 million. So I mean, I would prefer us to just win the whole fucking thing.
Because he could have came in January and said, I'm gonna get rid of more players than we buy. And
hold on. That's not true because we were still trying to buy Madueke.
No. I never said that was true. I'm saying hypothetically, if he did say, okay, I'm gonna sell 12 players, right? And I'm only gonna buy 4 or 5 players, right? That's telling me that this is the write-off season, and that's fine by me. So, but Potter didn't choose that. He chose the route that he wants to challenge for this league we're playing in now, 2022-2023 season. He said to me, I'm challenging for this league here. So that's telling me that he must get top 4. It's a must. We've got time to
logic,
get it.
I mean, it's like I don't even get your logic in that.
My logic is that he spent a lot of money this window and he didn't get rid of any players. The board did. The board did.
Now he has almost a brand new 11 on the pitch who have never kicked the ball in a professional game together. And you're saying, you got to win. You got to get top 4 now. That's kind of unrealistic for any manager of any caliber to come in and do.
I mean, you should spend 350 million. If we finish, say, 5th or 6th, but we're still challenging to go higher and higher, that's fine by me. But if we come next week and we lose West Ham, then we draw to Dortmund. Then we lose against Newcastle in the 2-3 weeks. I'm gonna be like, what the fuck's happening? You just spent 400 million.
But you're talking about actual results based on it. Maybe something that we can't actually get to because of the ground we have to make up.
That's true.
What you're really saying is you want to see progression in the way the squad plays.
But depending, when you look at it, where we are about 10 points off top 4, right? So let's say Newcastle's still winning game week in, week out. That's fine by me. But if at least we don't lose a lot more games till coming the end of the season, there's a high chance we can still make top 4. If we win every single game, because we've got 10 games left, I think?
We'll make
13, 14 games left?
17.
17. So that's more than enough to then, if we say we win, maybe 14.
Dude, if we run the table, we'll get second.
I'm saying if you spend 300 million and you want to challenge for this title, challenging for the title as a Chelsea fan means instant top 4. But where we're sitting at now, we're 10 points off it. So if we still at least challenge and get consistent wins, that's fine by me. But he needs to show that there's improvement. If we somehow, the 0.1% chance, if we somehow still decline even more after this, you're never going to see me. Of course,
that would be a different conversation.
Yeah,
that would be a different conversation.
Yeah, it would.
But again, we all expect us to play better, and if we don't, there'll be a conversation that needs to be had. But there needs to be.
They're gonna give him 18 months. They have to because they're so bought into. Madueke is a Potter player. Like Modric.
What the fuck's the Potter player?
A player that he wanted. No, hold on. Pete, don't allow me to be misconstrued here. A Potter player is a player that Potter wanted. I am not talking about Potter's style of play because style of play is completely misunderstood.
We don't even know what it is.
No. But style of play there's tweaks, but a lot of style of play is similar. He plays a 4-2-3-1. There's only so many ways you can skin a cat. I'm talking about a Potter player as in it's a player that he wanted us to buy. That's what I'm talking about. So you got Madueke, you got Mudryk. Both.
Mudryk wasn't he signing?
Mudryk is going to be amazing.
It was amazing, but it wasn't he signing.
How do we know?
Bubble guts. We got Enzo.
Because he didn't even know we signed Mudryk. He goes, I don't know if you've watched the interview.
He was lying. He was obviously lying.
Enzo Fernandez. He was lying.
let's talk about this one
Well,
player.
then why would you lie saying that I didn't know we were in for Mudryk, and the next thing he said, I didn't know we were in
I'm
for
sure he
Mudryk,
was
and next thing
fucking
you know,
joking. Dude, I watched the press conference. I know he was joking. It's relaxed.
what was it? What are you joking? Why would you joke that you don't know that a player's coming?
Matt, I can't speak for him, but he was.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
It
It adds another factor.
You don't think he was texting
Hey,
this? Come on, man.
Matt, if you don't calm down, I'm calling your doctor and telling him to lower the dose of Adderall.
No. Matt's
I'm
like this all the
starting
time.
to
Matt's
drink
like this all
my
the time.
pre-workout, but now I gotta go gym. So
See,
I'm starting
that's
sipping
what
that
it is.
pre-workout.
Jester, by the way, he refused to acknowledge this. He's on pre-workout. That's what this is.
Nah, when we start talking about man, I start sipping on it. I'm like, you know what, I should slow down. But now I gotta get going in like 20 minutes. So
You're like,
I'm
I'm
fired up, I'm fired up. You know.
No,
We're winning the Champions League. We're winning the Premier League.
Matt hits the gym. Good old body on you, buddy. I'm gonna give you some credit. No. I'm giving you credit for that one. Matt's definitely in shape. No, but I want to talk about, speaking of someone who's in shape, Enzo Fernandez, Matt, because I got to go after this. I got to take the lady out to a fucking dinner. I don't want to. God damn it! I'm already tired.
Just ask her where she wants to go, and you have another hour.
Dude, I would rather just say, hey, no, you know what I want to do? I want to say, hey, where do you want to go? Great. DoorDash can deliver that to us. Oh my God. Dude, I just took off a suit and tie. I got to put on another suit and tie. I wear a fucking suit and tie every.
Come on, the Super Bowl's tomorrow, isn't it, man? Come on, get ready for the Super Bowl Monday.
Sunday.
Yes, Monday.
Yeah, I want to talk about Enzo Fernandez, Matt, for at least 10 minutes. This fucking guy, Matt, he's the truth, man. He's the real deal. Like, if he was $120 million, okay, 8-year contract. He's worth every penny. He's worth every penny.
100%.
This guy's gonna be unbelievable. I love that guy, man. Dude, Hernan Crespo. I already told Jared this, but I'm telling you this now. Hernan Crespo said that he's going to be one of the best midfielders ever.
Man, he's a baller, man. He's a baller.
He's 22. He just won World Cup Young Player of the fucking World Cup. This guy is going to be irrepressibly good. This is going to be a guy that they make movies about.
Yeah.
And we have him for the entirety of his prime. He is going to be unbelievable. You can see after one game, doesn't even know most of the people, probably doesn't even know the names of everybody on the pitch that he's playing with. And the fucking guy went out, he probably got 100 passes in.
Yeah.
Was in first in every statistical category. And you could just tell. I mean, with no chemistry of anybody, he was just balling, and you could just say, "Oh my God, give him 8 months. Give him a proper mate next to him, whether it's Kova or Zakaria or maybe someone like Edson Alvarez. I mean, fuck me, man. How great is this guy going to be, Matt? I mean, talk to me, brother. Tell me I'm wrong here, because if I'm not, then we are so right about this.
No, man, this guy will become. Don't want to jump the gun. I think he'll become a fantastic player for this team. You know, I don't like to use that word, the G word. I don't like to use the WS word, C word.
Stupid. Generational stupid. Because
the G word and the WC word when he's played 90 minutes for us.
What I'm saying is that he's going to be great.
But
I think he's going to be great.
You know, and I think at the moment what he's doing in that first game, like. He did it for me 9 out of 10 performance that Fulham game because he did his job
immediately, man.
And it showed to me. People were like, "Oh, Enzo didn't play that well." I go, I'm like, "Hang on. What do you mean Enzo didn't play that well?" He goes, "Oh, he wasn't all over the ball." I go, "That's not his job. He did his job 10 out of 10. It's just that you got bums next to him who didn't do their job for him, so you have to do it for him." So I think coming in this team, Carlito, and you get me a Casado, the guy from Mönchengladbach, Kone, Lavia, whatever. You get me someone else next. Even Zakaria. You get me Zakaria or Kante next to him. He will be.
I think Zakaria might actually be good enough to do it.
Zakaria is good enough. It just says injury prone. And with Kovacic, Kante, injury prone. So I just think Enzo at the moment for us this season will be fantastic. I love the guy. I said when I watched the World Cup and I saw him play, I thought he was 27, 28. And then when I went and checked his age, he was 22. He's so calm. He's structured. He's composed. And he's a progressive baller. Like he passes the ball forward. He's fast. He's so.
Yeah, but Matt, you're missing one portion.
What am I missing?
Defensively, he's a
Oh yeah,
fucking cunt.
he's too good, man. Like he does he do everything.
He is a motherfucker.
People want to fucking best.
No, dude, no. You
Embarrassing.
watch him fucking get in there. Oh, all the neck tattoos, all those tattoos on his arms. Yeah,
Man, that's what we need.
yeah,
we
yeah,
need
yeah,
this-
yeah. Let me tell you
we
something,
need
man.
this South
You have a
American
guy
baller.
like you have a guy like that. You have a guy like that. He's so mean defensively. It's like you think that he's so like proper and pretty on the ball. He is.
Mm.
Oh, he's a bastard. He's a bastard off the ball. He gets in. He every time that he was chasing somebody that had it, he had malicious intent. He wanted to fuck somebody up. That type of attitude, it only is born from, and I was telling Jared about this earlier, it's only born from the type of player that plays in games like Boca River, where it's a war.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that type of atmosphere breeds a different type of personality. And you have Enzo, and he is just this motherfucker on defense. I apologize for using the C word, but it's the truth. He is a bastard on defense. He will hit anybody. He will tackle anybody. And it's like a complete contrast to how he is on the ball, which is beautiful and majestic and all this great stuff. But no, he's an asshole off the ball.
You know who
And
he
that's the
reminds me
point.
of?
That's the point. That's the point.
You know who he reminds me of? And it's not even a football player, not even a real person. He reminds me of the mariachi from Desperado.
Oh yeah, El Mariachi.
El Mariachi.
Yeah, from Desperado, El Mariachi, and Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Yeah, it's Benicio del
Yes.
Toro. It's the Robert Rodriguez trio. If you guys haven't seen it, you should go and watch it right now. The best version of El Mariachi is Once Upon a Time in Mexico. It has got Johnny Depp in it and is an unbelievable movie.
Yeah, that's who he reminds me of.
Yeah.
But see,
100% I agree with it.
that's what you need, Khalid. You need these players who come from, their lifestyle where they have to work for them to kind of get to the top. And it's this old traditional mindset that you compare someone. I'm not going to say his name, but was born in Portsmouth, only child. Getting PS1s for his Christmas birthday. He didn't have to work for anything. When he was on the school field, he was just there playing. Tiki taka football.
He didn't have to suffer, man.
Exactly, you don't have stuff, but these players, you get from the slum,
Well,
the
let's not assume.
the favelas.
Let's not assume. But what
No,
you're
but he
saying
was,
is
he
that,
was, he was.
No,
Enzo
what
Fernandez
I
was born in a
saying-
poor family.
Well, no. But what I'm saying is that, regardless of what their personal financial income was about with their family, what I'm talking about is opportunity.
I'm saying the
Like,
way
they
that
didn't-
the way that
they didn't get the opportunity to
the
come
way
here.
the way they play football in South America is so much different, and that's why I
Oh, no,
love
I
South
agree
American
with you,
players
100%. I agree with
because
you
the
100%.
way they play is they fight to the death to play.
100%.
Like we, in Australia, we kind of match that intensity where when we play on the school field, we're playing to kill each other. That's what we do. We don't care about. But you play to kill each other. I don't know how they do it in US soccer in England, but we kind of match the South American vibes. We play to kill each other. There'll be injuries,
they do
people
that
on
with
crutches.
They do that with basketball in the cages like Rucker Park in New York. It's like that. It's physical. It's violent and but
But the Khalid, that's what you want to build. You want to build someone who has not come from anything, who builds himself up. Because look at Ronaldo. I look at Ronaldo as a good example because he's someone who was born from from the bottom of the field and works his way up. He works for what he does, and not just that. The way he plays football as well on the field, he's techie. I love those South American techie players as well. So I'm not sitting here and saying that I only want South American players. Blah blah blah. But I'm saying these players have something special in them. Like a guy like from Portsmouth, might have something different in him too. But I'm just comparing the pair.
Matt, my look. Before we let Nippon speak, Nippon, thank you for coming on. But last thing I'll say is this: look, when you experience hostile, not just environments as a footballer, but environments as a person, you become much more weary, but also much more battle tested as a person to things that people that have not been would find difficult and emotionally challenging. Whereas someone like Enzo, if what you say is true, I'm sure that he's experienced poverty, if that's the case. And this, where he's like, this is football, man. You haven't seen shit in my life, right? This is football. This is a game. You're gonna pay me millions of dollars? Hell yeah. Now I get to take care of my family, take them out of poverty. All I have to do is kick a ball and fuck around, win a couple titles, make hundreds of millions of dollars. Yeah, it's better than the alternative. A lot better than the alternative, which is fucking sleeping on the floor.
Yeah. So before I let Nippon go and put his first and final thought in, because bro, we've been going for an hour and 45 minutes. We were about to wrap it up here, but I'll give you a chance.
By the way, just as a rule, Jared, Nippon asked for the link 2 hours ago.
I know. Just real quick, just to give you a story from when I played high school football, soccer, excuse me. I once broke my own teammate's leg on a one-on-one drill. And it was like, pussy, get up. He was like, walk that shit off. What are you doing, man? So yeah, he was probably the best forward on our team. And it was I was playing
job,
goalkeeper.
Jared. I'm sure the coach really appreciated it.
Yeah, I was playing goalkeeper, and it was one-on-one, and he slid, and well, I ain't backing down, so I slid too. I snapped his leg.
Yeah, but I'm sure that the coach really appreciated that you said, "Get up, pussy." That's By the way, Jared, if you had done that on my team,
different era.
If you had done that on my team, you would have been cut.
Well, a different era.
No, not really. I'm not that much younger than you.
Yeah, but where I grew up, that was the way it was.
Hey, buddy, I grew up in Utah. You want to compare conservative?
Cards here? No. You want to compare toughness between Texas and Utah?
No, but I'll compare toughness.
Okay.
USA battle here. What do you want to say?
I mean, you want to compare toughness between you and me? I can do that all day, bro.
Well, you want to go there? We can.
Actually, Jared is tougher than me. He's actually been through a lot and is still fucking smiling. So I'll actually retract that. I actually respect a lot of it. No. I actually mean that, Jared. You know what I'm talking about. So
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like I said,
I retract what I said. All right, Nippon. Are you eating a gelato? Are you eating a pancake? Are you eating pie? What's going on, Nippon?
No, he's not eating.
No,
I'm just patiently waiting. I'm just patiently waiting for my turn.
So Nippon,
okay.
Before no. I have to ask him this question. So Nippon, before you get going, I have to ask you this question. Have you seen the 2014 Bradley Cooper movie Burnt?
I'm a sucker for movies, unless it's Disney or 007.
Okay, so Burnt is what Gordon Ramsay said is his favorite film. So this is about an American chef. Bradley Cooper plays this sort of enfant terrible, rebel chef that wins a bunch of Michelin stars and then gets kicked out of basically the industry. And then 3 years later, after shucking a million oysters, comes back and reinvents himself. And Gordon Ramsay says, "This is my favorite film." So at you, because you're a chef, I want to ask you if you had seen the movie Burnt.
I must say that I haven't.
You Nippon. I think if you check it out, you will love it.
He has seen Ratatouille though.
I've seen clips of it. Like I said, I'm a massive fan of Disney and Pixar.
Okay,
So
well, Nippon, will you do me this one favor and say that you will watch the movie Burnt? Because I don't recommend bad movies.
I shall give it a shot.
Thank you, buddy. I think you will really appreciate it because I'm sure you've been into kitchens. Kitchens get hot. They get insane. Service. Yes, chef. Yes, chef. That type of shit. So.
Oh, I've been a caller before.
Yeah.
Like where they read the check saying, "Can I have two of these, one of these?" Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah.
So Nippon,
do you like the job?
Of course, I like calling out orders.
No, just being part of food in general. I mean, it seems like I used to be part of a kitchen when I was still in college, and it was really crazy. Like lunch rush, always crazy. And anybody that's reasonable all of a sudden starts swearing in a way that they wouldn't in their normal life. But the kitchen, there are no
they
rules.
do that a lot in the kitchen as well.
That's
I'll
the
tell you
thing
that
is
for free.
That's exactly right, Nippin, right? They swear in a way that they wouldn't in their real life. The kitchen is exclusive to real life. It's
Trust
not
me.
real life.
Trust me, I'm completely different in the kitchen than in real life.
I believe it. I fucking believe it, dude. All right, let's talk about Chelsea, Nippin. What do you got, buddy?
Look, anything less than 3 points is unacceptable in my opinion.
Yeah.
Well, that's a given. Yeah, it is.
Mount and Havertz bench.
And Blonde Mount.
Well, Blonde Mount's tipped to start with Enzo, so
He still needs to be benched.
he's not
I mean,
going to
that's-
be though.
But
Who's gonna Enzo and Chalobah double pivot?
yeah,
are you
Ruben
see?
Loftus-Cheek. Yeah, Ruben
No,
Loftus-Cheek.
no.
You'd rather play Ruben instead of
Gallagher, yes.
Chalobah. Instead
Hold
of
on.
And
Chalobah.
Chalobah, yes.
You'd rather Ruben in DM than Chalobah in DM.
May I retort, both of you, you wild boys? Look, what I think he was saying is Enzo and Connor, and in front of them in the 4-2-3-1 formation, which is what he wants to play, is João Felix. So I think you both need to relax because Trevor Chalobah is never going to play central midfielder for Graham Potter. It will never happen. Ever.
Wow.
Ever. So
Don't
it's going to
disagree
be.
with you.
Well, I don't give a fuck if you disagree with me because I don't.
I
think
said I
Potter
don't.
is- Okay, well, yeah, but I don't give a fuck if you do.
Well,
What I'm saying-
I don't give a fuck that you don't give a fuck. So
Good one.
Jesus, Justice versus Carlito.
No,
Let's
it's-
go,
no,
people.
I love it. I love it. No, but what I'm saying is that Nippin, I do think because he already said it, is that, by the way, he shouldn't have said that. It's just going to be Connor and Enzo. And I also think just João Felix, because João Felix is the best player we have. And we're definitely wanting him to be part of us long term. It's why we including him in Champions League instead of Benoit Badiashile and Noni Madueke. I think that this is the midfield we're going to go with. Now, if he starts Mount over João Felix, which is impossible because they said that the tips are that João Felix is going to start. I don't know,
I have
Nippin.
this inkling feeling that we will see 19 on the bench for the first time.
Nippin, I don't think it's just a feeling. I think it's going to happen. And I know that you live in London.
I do. I live about an hour from the bridge.
So I gotta ask you, man.
Wow.
Honestly,
That's not a long distance, is it?
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, London is yeah.
Huge.
It's huge. I gotta ask you this, Nippin.
Go for it.
Even people that love Mount, they have to say that he's been terrible.
Of course. Look, I'll admit, I'm one of them. I'm one of them who wants the academy graduates to do well.
Nippin,
I know you're going to hate me for this.
No, Nippin, nobody is rooting against Mount. Trust me. No one's like saying, I want Mason Mount to play a lot for Chelsea and play poorly. Like, nobody is saying that.
You technically are one of those people who are against him.
No, I don't want him to play badly. I think that he's not a good enough player to play for Chelsea. There's a difference. I
have a question for you.
Yes.
Say if Jurgen Klopp says, you know what, I want Mason Mount. We sell it, Mason Mount. What if he turns out being a good player for Liverpool? Just a question, a valid question. What if he turns out smashing it for Liverpool? Are we going to beat ourselves up saying, oh my God, what have we done?
No, because we will have bought João Felix, who is a considerably better player, who plays the same
Of course.
position. No, because
So,
I already know that João Felix is the better player.
Look, I'm one of the biggest problem fans out there, and even I know where to draw the line.
Nippin, what you're asking me is, am I going to be upset if Mount plays well for Liverpool? No.
So,
Okay.
Breaking news. I don't know if this is 100%. I'm just going by somebody's tweet. At Chelsea have appointed physio Fergal Kieran. He worked with the Irish Rugby Union, Giants Leinster. He's known for his ability to work on hamstring issues. So if that's the
Okay.
case. Seems like
So
a good plan.
you just interrupted my conversation with Nippon for that.
Yes, absolutely, I did.
So
Technically, it's Jared's channel, so he can do whatever he wants.
no. This is our show. No. By the way, I started this channel and the 2 shows that he has on this channel with him. So no. This is a collaborative effort. And Nippon, look, I will say this. Look, I don't hate Mason Mount the guy. I don't like Mason Mount the player because I don't think that he is that good. I think he's okay. That's it. Like Nippon, I don't think he's shit. He's not shit. It's impossible to be shit putting up numbers the way he does, but he was surrounded by really good players that set him up. My point is simple. He's not good enough to get the amount of marketing that he gets from Chelsea because, man, every time that Chelsea shows pictures, they talk about Mason Mount, blah, blah, blah. It's all marketing over merit. But for me, if you really look at the nitty gritty, Mason Mount has played in way too many games and we have sucked. Now, I know this is a team game. This is a field that is 125 yards by 70 to 90 yards. It's a big old field with a lot of people on it. And one player does not truly make a difference one way or the other because there's so many people participating. I get that. But Mason Mount has been constant the entire time and he has been bad. And because of that, and because of the fact that we have, tentatively signed on loan, but eventually secured a player that is so much better than him in João Felix, I have to say that I don't give a fuck where Mason Mount goes because it's a net positive if we lose him. That's my point, Nip, and that's how I feel.
I hear that.
Because I don't hate the guy. Like that's no.
You rave about it on Twitter. I'm not gonna lie. You rave about it on Twitter as if you do.
No, I don't hate. There's no hate. I don't hate anybody outside of I would say Sergio Busquets, Kelly Oubre, and I think that's it. Sergio Busquets and Kelly Oubre.
Wait, what has Sergio Busquets done other than being a really good DM?
Oh, I hate him.
What's he done?
Oh, I hate him.
Oh, you hate him, but what's he done for you to hate him?
He faked injuries against Chelsea. What are you talking about?
He's that type of player. He fakes injuries against everyone.
Right.
He's one of those players you would absolutely hate not on your team, but you would absolutely love if he was on your team.
No, I'd rather take Conte, and I don't particularly love him.
So wait a second. You're telling me if Sergio Busquets was at Chelsea, you'd still hate him?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
The other player would be Brandon Williams, formerly of Manchester United, and last one.
Wait, what did Brandon Williams do?
Punchable face, and he pushed Cho into the stands after he knew he was already coming back from an injury.
And he looks like Jason Williams.
Oh, the other one. Oh, Nippon. This is the last one. It's Andy Robertson. And I am a fellow Scotch-Irish man. Andy Robertson is the last person that I absolutely hate as a footballer.
So I'm assuming you follow the Scottish national team as well then. So would you ever celebrate a Robertson goal if he scored for Scotland?
No, because I want to punch him in the face. Because he has a punchable face.
So even when he's wearing the Scottish blue instead of
it's
Liverpool
so funny
red, you still not want him.
It's counterintuitive to my fandom.
Don't speak that loud, please.
Who's in trouble? Somebody got in trouble.
So, Nippon, what I'm telling you is that you got Brandon Williams, Sergio Busquets, you got Kelly Oubre, LeBron James, and Andy Robertson. Yeah, those are my guys. Those are the guys that I can't stand. Everybody else I'm pretty cool with. Mason Mount, I don't hate Mason Mount. I just don't think that he deserves the amount of PR praise and unearned accolades that people seem to be trying to reinforce. The worse he plays, the more his fans are doubling down, and that is the most disingenuous part about it, Nippon. That's it, man. It's that the worse he plays, the more his fans become louder and louder and louder. And it's because they don't want to lose the eventual argument, which is that I don't know if Chelsea wants to keep him. And that's the fucking double truth, Ruth.
All right, gentlemen.
I don't think they will. I don't think they will keep him, honestly. I think he's gone.
Would you?
Look, don't get me wrong. I've already said I'm a massive.
Nippon, I'm not putting you on the spot the way the Sadiq does. I'm just asking you a question.
Okay, I'm saying I would happily.
You know what I'm talking about. Sadiq's like, do this, Nippon. Look, I'm not Sadiq. I love Sadiq, but I'm not Sadiq. I'm asking you a question. All right, look, we have João Felix, who we have the option to buy, and we will. Better player than Mount. Do you? It's just a question, Nippon. Do you sell him and be like, look, we'll reinvest money somewhere else?
Of course, and I'm one of the biggest advocates for the academy out there. I'm an advocate for the academy, but I'm also a realist. And if I don't think a player's good enough, I'd bin him.
Yeah. I mean, Jared, I think we've been talking about this, right? And even someone that's pro Cobham is like, look, if you're not good enough, it's time to go. And rest in peace, Claude, who I thought was always entertaining. He had a bad moment, but that doesn't define a career of being a great pundit. I thought Claude was right in saying it's time to go, but with this one,
it's time to go.
And I think
that
would be his lasting memory. He was always great for AFTV. But he's right, Jared. Look, man.
Yeah, it is time to go.
It is time to go.
Yeah, about that time.
He is one of the only. He is one of the only Arsenal fans I will actually be happy for if they went on to win the league.
Yeah, me too. I like Don. I like Don Robbie too.
Don Robbie. The less said about him, the better.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
He's done a lot for the Arsenal community, I would say.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna wrap it up because it's been 2 hours.
Jared wants nipping. Unfortunately, Jared wants to go.
Jared wants to go eat something. Come on now.
The funny thing is that I was eating something the entire time, so I'm entirely content.
Okay, that doesn't count.
Okay, honestly, if Jared wants to end the stream, let him do it, Carlito.
Nippin. Let's talk backstage, mate. Is the way that a fucking Minerals would say. But no, Nippin, I gladly talk to you when Jared leaves. All good, man.
All right. We'll talk to y'all more later. Have a blessed night, and we'll see you really early in the morning.
See you later, Jared.
Later on.